If you're one of those tens of thousands of players that fell off of Helldivers 2 but still have the inkling, still have the itch to rid the galaxy of intergalactic insect scum, and you want to do it perhaps in a little bit more of a personal single player affair, Earth Defense Force as a series is the game for you. They're now on their 6th iteration. It's about to launch, and there's a bit of controversy that came out of this, and not too dissimilar to Helldivers 2, minus the cringy community managers. They ended up running afoul of aggravating the PC community. Earth Defense Force 6 players bash game for requiring Epic Games account to play online. Why would you need to do that? Because, okay, cool, I could understand, if you buy the game on the Epic Games Store, obviously you're going to need an Epic Games account, but if you're going to be playing it on Steam, got questions for you. Why? Like, I can understand, PSN, even though I don't buy it at all whatsoever, and when you're playing on different platforms, why would you want such interconnectivity? But if you're going to be playing a Sony game on Steam, yeah, okay, they want to do this, they want to push this heavy-handed Sony online ecosystem where you can interact with your PSN friends, give over all of your other data, and subject you to another code of conduct. They can go ahead and rug you at any point in time. We'll give you these features. But when it comes to having an Epic Games account, like, what are you doing here? Like, that doesn't make any sense. It sounds like you're trying to take on all of the liability, none of the benefits. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Earth Defense Force 6 players are not happy with the developer Sandlot and publisher D3 Publisher requiring an Epic Games account in order to play the game online, and are expressing their displeasure by giving the game negative reviews. For those unfamiliar with Earth Defense Force 6, it's a third-person shooter that puts players in the role of the Earth Defense Force soldiers to defend the Earth from various alien forms that are attacking it. Yeah, it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors with guns. Like, it's really simple stuff, but it's fun as hell. The official story synopsis states, and the year is 2024 AD. I know that year. Mankind has won the long battle against the unknown invaders. The enemy primers are now gone, and peace has been returned to Mother Earth. However, the population has shrunk to 10%, and the world was on the verge of collapse. The survivors fought against the remaining threats and are trying their best to continue their recovery. 3 years have passed, and the year is 2027. Wow, that checks out. The new world without hope. And the time has come once again to resist the fate of the Earth. And the game has online co-op mode, but in order to access it, players are required to link an Epic Games account to their Steam account. Wait, how about not? Most players are not happy about it. Currently, only 29% of reviews for the game are positive. The most helpful reviews in the past day from a myriad states requires a third-party account with Epic Games to play online with friends. Even if you play with people who are solely on the Steam platform, there's no indication whether on the Steam page that this was the case before purchasing, and is definitely a shady, potentially illegal business practice. Yeah, that's another one of those things, just like with what happened with Helldivers 2 earlier this year, where all of a sudden they just wanted to drop, yeah, you're going to need a PSN account for this. Why? Yeah, we mentioned it before, but, the game got popular and we didn't want to impede any of this stuff, but don't worry about it. We backtracked. Don't worry. It's totally fine, guys. And then Ghost of Tsushima's multiplayer component would need the PSN account, but don't worry. The single player will be fine. And then with the announcement of, God of War Ragnarok getting a PC port, oh yeah, in order to play the single player, which is the entire game, you're going to need the PSN account. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I didn't see that encroachment coming on the horizon. No, not at all whatsoever. Considering, yes, that none of the previous titles ever required this, it boggles my mind as to why they thought this would fly, especially on a competitor platform at around, a 6 a.m. UCT time. The Steam storefront was updated almost 6 hours after the game was officially released to reflect the requirement of needing a third-party account. Ew, that's really shady. As noted by Myriad, the Epic Games link requirement is now on the game's Steam storefront. Yeah, that little yellow box of annoyance where if you buy a Ubisoft game, it's going to tell you, oh, you need a Usteam or a Uplay account, whatever they call it at this point in time. Same thing with like EA. There's so much stuff back when, Windows, games with Windows or games for Windows, That used to be your third-party DRMs that are just absolute trash anyways. However, an archive link confirms the requirement was not on the storefront when the game released. Oopsie daisy. Another top-rated review states requires third-party account Epic Game Store and does not list it on the store page. Edit. At the time I posted, the EGS account requirement for online play hadn't been listed, despite the fact that it is now, and I cannot and will not support this. Well, that's good. 0.1 of an hour on record, not recommended, probably, well, definitely would have qualified. I think it's under 3 hours where you can get a refund. So yeah, good for you. Good for you. Several other people obviously were posting their not recommended. Holy, this one's a little bit more detailed. Okay, Demi Naga. Now I know why people are bringing up the obvious issue, aka requiring to install Epic. But there are some actual issues as well. The game actually looks worse than Earth Defense Force 4. Game is locked at 60. Constant pop-in issues. Extremely slow loading screens. Even on an SSD for offline missions. Ooh. The tutorial is unnecessarily slow and extremely boring. UI is unscalable. Wow, and unnecessarily large, even on a 2K monitor. Screen tearing is constant. There's no VSync option. No option to skip forced dialogues. No accessibility options at all. For subtitle size or colorblind options. The subtitles, that's kind of crazy. There's no controller tutorial for other classes with special functions like air raiders, fencers, and wing divers. The game still has major stuttering and lag issues, even on high-powered rigs. It's just poorly optimized all the way around. There's probably more, but as a little over an hour at the game, or at the time of typing, honestly debating on refunding. The game has already been available in Japan since 2022, and they couldn't do any improvements on it. And has had a whole 2 years to patch or correct the technical issues. Holy crap, yeah, I love EDF. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. It's one of those, it's definitely a cult favorite game. Like, there's been a few releases that have kind of popped up. I think, was there an Earth Defense Force 2097 or something a few years back that ended up doing well, but apparently D3 publishers wanted to go ahead and jettison any goodwill that they could have potentially had. Yes, issued a statement regarding the account linking requirement to Epic Games that states, for this game to enhance crossplay and online functionality, online play requires signing into your Epic Games account. We apologize for the lack of advance notice. Signing into your Epic Games account is required for the first time you play online. Usually, once you sign in for the first time, you'll not need to sign in again. You can sign into your Epic Games account or register for an account from within the game app. Oh, good. You just make that as easy as possible. Or you can create an account in advance and sign in. Yes. Play this poorly optimized slop. It's interesting, right? It's unlikely that the statement will appear gamers who feel that they were lied to and bamboozled. But yeah, how do you go ahead and reconcile that and then move ahead a couple of days and Earth Defense Force 6 developers announce they are planning changes to the requirement to link Epic Games account to play online. So yeah, this is one of those situations where, publisher looked around and went, yeah, this is reflecting incredibly poorly on us. We better do something about this. So, applause for that. Okay. Let's just see if they follow through, though. Following a massive backlash which resulted in numerous negative reviews, the developer of Earth Defense Force 6 announced that they are planning changes to the requirement to link an Epic Games account in order to play online. Following the game's release, players discovered, yes, the game required an Epic Games account. 29% of reviews for the game were positive, and numerous individuals indicated that the requirement to link an Epic Games account was not originally published. Most helpful reviews, one from Myriad, alongside other users as well, but let's just go and see D3's update. Now in a statement, the publisher wrote, EDF 6 development team for Steam is reviewing and planning changes to the specifications that require sign-in to Epic Games account, which has received the most feedback. Yes, the most feedback. That's one way to put overwhelmingly negative feedback. The most, sure. At this time, we are unable to provide specifics on how much time this will take, but we will continue to work on it as we address the feedback we have received. Yes, exactly. Well, that's good. Gamers appear to be taking the statement as a win, as the reviews are trending upward. According to SteamDB, 46.9% of reviews are now positive over the past 2 days. There have been more positive reviews than negative reviews. But yeah, well, they just said, right, that they're planning changes. Okay, specifics will come out in the near future. I'm just wondering if they're trying to gauge, it's like, okay, is this just enough to go ahead and garner us a little bit of goodwill where we can just go ahead and drip feed enough crap where we don't have to make any substantive changes? I don't really think so. Furthermore, the game's player base has actually been very healthy. Yeah, because here's the thing, because these EDF games, yeah, they're pretty popular. Last 24 hours, the game hit its peak concurrent players at 18,641. The game has 2,240 players in game. So yeah, peaking over the weekend. So that's pretty good, pretty good. And it shows that, yeah, if you just listen to your consumer base, if you listen to your audience, they will reward you. Don't take them for granted. They're the ones paying your bills. It's not that difficult, guys. As publishers, as game creators, okay? At the end of the day, you know, the customer is in fact always right. You can try to make things work. You can try to explain, yeah, you need another account because X, Y, and Z. And if you're upfront and honest with that, yeah, you could end up taking some licks on it, but ultimately, you're being honest with the customer. And that was what was the straw that broke the camel's back in regards to Helldivers 2. Now they're supposed to be updating that game, I think August 6th or something like that. It's early August where you're going to have your big content drop, but with all the controversy surrounding that, we're going to have to see if they can go ahead and rebound because, yeah, they've lost a substantial amount of their audience. A lot of it is just, you know, natural empathy. The game launched in February, for Christ's sakes. Like, it was not going to maintain 100,000 plus users until the end of time. It's just the way that it fell off after really bad community manager posts trying to force another account on users. Yeah, there's just a general negativity surrounding the game. That and other alternatives like the First Descent out there that are really taken off. But when it comes to Earth Defense Force, yeah, people just want to shoot at the bugs. They want to play with their friends. They want to dumpster some aliens and move on with their day. They don't want to have to sign into account after account just to play the game that they bought. So yeah, if you make those little changes, people will be receptive to that and give you the benefit of the doubt. Developers, programmers, learn from their mistakes. Don't lie to your audience. It really is that simple in gaming. Gamers aren't toxic. Gamers aren't the enemy. They're pretty simple. And if you treat them with some respect, they will treat you in kind. So with all that said, well, very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.